This is Art Deco Radio with the Art Deco Man, Dave Goldstein. And today we have a really good show. Today our topic is, does a celebrity, A-list actor, high-profile person go through the same as all of us?
What's up, Dave?
You get some celebrity status or what?
You know what? I think being a celebrity is overrated. Well, you know, most celebrities and business people are just normal people. They just have a lot of money or a lot of talent, you know, a lot of exposure, but it's really overrated. Like I like to be famous enough to get a good table. And I like to have enough money to do what I want, and I don't want to have enough money to say, fuck you.
Do that. Well, you know what a lot of our listeners don't know is that you're actually a very talented real estate investor.
I've always seen value in things, and I think that's where it started. Very particular about what I buy. If I can't bring any value to it, I don't want it.
Duane likes to create an environment like we do with the Deco apartments. He likes to take the office space and make it really something special. And whenever you take something and you create something that nobody else has, you build value. That's how it works. The office space has gotten more and more valuable in California, and it's changed. But years ago it was harder. I started in the 3rd Street Promenade. I did that in the early 80s, that renovation. Real estate brokers, can you trust commercial realtors?
No. I mean, look at the state of the United States right now. I mean, you know, a lot of these people got sold a bill of goods in these designer loans, you know, that came back and bit them. You know, it's interesting. A lot of brokers that sell us properties, they don't get it. You know,
isn't that why they're brokers?
Yeah.
When I first started, every time I wanted to buy a building, the bank told me it was only worth 1/3 of what the guy was asking. I lost millions because I listened to the bank because I thought the banker knew something. But I didn't know the banker had a 6-year-old Lincoln Continental and a house in the suburbs and had the same job. And I don't even think they gave him a raise for the last 10 years. But right. If you listen to the wrong people and you don't follow your heart, you're going to have a problem.
Well, you know, being an athlete, what it does is it teaches you discipline. And that's what this is. If you can outlast somebody in a deal, like you know, like you said something interesting to me years ago. I don't even know if you know of what it meant. Like, it landed for me. You said most people look at deals going forward. I look at deals backwards.
Did I tell you, though, I did everything backwards? And beyond that, you know, I'm breech birth. I came out backwards, too. And, you know, I have something interesting. You know, I was thinking about it today, and I was thinking about what do you need to do when you buy real estate? And I was thinking, well, you need to find it, you need to buy it, you need to fix it, you need to make it make money, you need to maintain it, you need to manage it. And then when you do all that, you need to do it again and again. And after you get done doing all that, you're either very rich and successful or you're fat, bald, and have migraines. It's one or the other.
Living in one of your apartments.
Yeah. I consider myself an expert appraiser, and I know how to do it, but I'm an expert. And I will hit the streets, and I will find the rental values, the square foot values, the land values. I will reproduce that property, and I will do it book way, the way the banks and the appraisers do it. I can stand up to any appraiser, and I have had vicious fights with appraisers, and I've won.
Well, you know, Dave, and these guys, they're trained to go in there, and they're trained to find small things that are wrong with the place, but you know, they're not seeing what can be done with it, what's really there. You know, they're looking at you know, a bad roof, something that's going to cost down the line, it's going to defer from the value. But what they're really not looking at is something, well, you know, this is a building that when it was built, I mean, obviously it was 60, 70 years ago, was amazing. This is where the pride and joy of L.A. lived. These were the shakers and the movers lived. And these places, well, you know, like any other building that we get, 60 years, 70 years of people laying tile on top of carpet, on top of tile, on top of linoleum. And it just, they're not looking at what's there.
I allow the players to play.
You sure do.
So if you're on the bench, like, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna either shoot an air ball or you're gonna make a three or you're gonna dunk on somebody. Like, you're gonna blow it yourself. Like, I'm not gonna make judgment on you. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to succeed.
My dad is very much similar. You know, he was a doctor for 30 years and well, saw the crash coming, and really what he ended up doing was making his own laboratory out of his office building that he and a bunch of buddies bought when they were out of college. I mean, you know, doctors, they're not necessarily the most affluent businessmen. I think that's the nice way to say it without my dad coming over here and killing me. But, you know, he did the same thing. He walked into a place, he saw a problem, he made it his own, and built. The company was sold 3 times over. He was able to retire at 55.
Hey, I always give people a hard time when they're in the real estate, and I tell them who I am, and I go, do you know who I am? And they go, no. And I go, well, you're not too good in real estate then. I always say that to them, and everybody looks and says, oh, that Dave is so arrogant. Why did he say that? And I said, because if you don't know, you don't know. What?
I love you or hate you, you're out there.
Call us. We want to hear from you. 310-456-1070.
This is Art Deco Radio. We're breaking the rules, we're thinking outside the system, and we're making a difference.